Shalom Yashrala Shalom. Kalala Yamla, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach one rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akim, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. To the Akwith listening, learning, Shalom. It's your brother Shimon from the Pillars of Benjamin camp, here with another lesson. And we'll get right into it. Right, I'm going to leave the link for this article in the description box. It's not too long of a read, but the title says it all. Great Reset, State Planning Harsh, Crown Style Lockdown in Event of Fuel Shortage Leak. It says down here, the Irish state is planning on re-implementing harsh Crown Style lockdown rules should the Ukraine crisis cause a major fuel shortage, right? And listen, man, these are plagues. These are plagues, man. And these same plagues we see touching the East is going to come to the West. It's going to touch Babylon the Great, America the Great. 2nd Ezra 15, verse 14, and it reads, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Right? Woe to the world. Woe means destruction. Right? To the world and them that dwell therein. Right? Many great miseries is coming. Roughly paraphrasing. 2nd Ezra 8, verse 50. Right? Many great miseries. Right? And these things are going to get, these miseries, these plagues, they're going to continue to increase. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, right? Swords in their hands. A sword is a killing instrument, man. Today's killing instrument is a gun. People are going to be armed up, love of many wax and coal, fighting one another, Egyptian against Egyptian. Right, which is America the Great, Babylon the Great, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom. We're seeing the vibration of division. And when commodities get scarce, division increases. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men. Sedition is rebellion. Among men, and invading one another. Right? Invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Right? Not regard their kings or princes. They're not going to listen to the bylaw officer. They're not going to listen to the police. They're not going to listen to the martial law. Right? And the course of their action shall stand in their power. They're going to do what they want. They're going to be in such a state of fear and anxiety. They're going to totally disregard orders. Stay-at-home orders. Shelter-in-place orders. Right? 1 bag of rice per household orders. These are the things that are coming, man. Everything is going to be rationed. Everything. Fuel's going to be rationed. Food's going to be rationed. Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right? A man's shall desire to go in a city. That's military checkpoints, man. Right? When martial law comes in, checkpoints are enforced. Right? No more free travel. Right? We saw recently on the news over there in Shanghai, they were gating in cities with color-coded barriers, fences. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, right? Their pride. Proud America the Great, Babylon the Great. Yeah, this is a European news feed right here. This is what's going to take place. They're speculating this is going to take place in they're planning if, right? They're saying if fuel shortage become an issue, prepare to not be able to leave your homes over there in Ireland, right? But it's coming to America the Great, Babylon the Great. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Right, troubled. Why are they going to be troubled? Scarcity. There's going to be no jobs out here. There's going to be no fuel out here. There's going to be no food out here. There's going to be no heat. America the Great, Babylon the Great is being primed for attacks on all fronts. The energy sector. They're warning of rolling blackouts because the grid's going to be under stress. Food. They're warning of food shortages. Fuel. Right? All hell going to break loose. The houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid, right? People going to be wilding out. Scripture say the love of many shall wax cold. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. No mercy. Right? It's going to be every man for himself, every household for themselves. Unless you have that hedge around you, man. The thawab, the mark of exemption, the spiritual mark of exemption. You're through out here. Being out here on your own, being out here and depending on your own might is not going to save you in that day. Right? Scriptures say that the name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe. Proverbs 18, verse 10. Let's get it. That's the only thing that's going to save you in that day. All right? We're entering into some serious times. A time like no other. Proverbs 18, verse 10, and it reads, the name of the Lord, all caps, Yahweh, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe, right? The name of the Lord. Now, who are the only ones calling on the true name of Yahweh Bashim El Shai? The elect. Right? And who are the righteous? The elect. The house of David. Lord willing, we have that number. Back in the 2nd Ezra 15, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, right? They're going to arm up, destroy their houses with the sword. They're going to home invasion, and spoil their goods, take, rob, murder you in the process because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, right? The lack of bread, no food, great tribulation, a time like no other. Jacob's trouble. We'll close with that, Lord willing. Jeremiah 30, verse 7. Right? Right? All hell about to break loose out here, man. We see the Most High Yahweh Bashim El Shai moving the chess pieces, man. Only those with eyes to see will see. Truth is, every people out here ain't gonna see it, man. Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30, verse 7, it reads, alas, for that day is great. What day? So that none is like it. No day is going to be like it, this day that's coming. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, right? The time of Jacob's trouble, man. But he shall be saved out of it. He shall be saved out of it, right? The elect, the house of David. Lord willing, we are of that number. Stay prayed up, pray without ceasing. Kwame Yasharala. Wa Abad Babal.